Have you seen that replay, buddy?
Hi, man, I'm done talking to you.
You can't be done talking to me right here facing you.
I back. Trust me, I back.
Damn it! 60 G's, baby!
But I'm not impressed by your performance.
It's normal. Come on, guys. It's normal.
You'll do nothing. You'll do nothing.
I'm the man of the hour, Joe. Too sweet to be sour. What you see is what you get, and what you don't is better yet. I'm the women's pick. I'm the men's regret. And if you win against Chael Sonnen, you made a bad bet.
I don't have much left to say other than you have seen nothing yet.
What's happening, Fight Week Show fans, Fight Week Show people? Then we is back with another episode of Don't Stop Shakedown, man. And this time, my brother from South Africa, fresh off of EFC 120 pay-per-view, over here in Yao. Kick him in the head! How you doing, my bro?
Oh, you're muted,
He's on
son.
his typical mute again. He's always muted, man. This brother,
mute
every
is
single
king.
time.
I'm feeling
the
amazing.
Button strikes again.
You know, if I had a penny for every time I hit the mute button by mistake or missed my audio or messed up my audio, honestly, I'd literally be a billionaire. But EFC 120 was tonight. I just got back, literally just got back straight onto the stream. It was a crazy fight night. My picks were so far off. But yeah, we'll talk about it. Let's go.
Yeah, man, we'll talk about it later on in the show. People hold fire because we got some topics to talk about today. But before we get to them topics, my brother from Scotland over there, you know what I mean? How you feeling after seeing Man United win in Europe, man? You know what I mean? They're looking good. They're looking good, ready to go and beat City, man. You know what I mean? How you feeling? You feeling good?
Don't you get on that hype train, brother, after last week. I don't even want to talk to you, bring anything up like that. You know what I mean? But breaking news, people, Oban Elliott just dropped a tweet that he's going to be fighting in March. That means London, Oban Elliott, O2 Arena. Let's go.
Let's get it. Come on, Oban.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up right there. That's what's up right there. Big up to everybody that's locked in right now. Everybody that's watching us live, whether you're watching on playback. Big up every single one of you. Make sure you are following all the guys on the platform. We got the Rambling Dad, Head Kick Pod, Making a Walk. You know what I mean? S-Dog MMA crossover, MMA Normally. All those guys, make sure you're giving them, you know what I mean, a big follow on their platforms. Now, people, there's quite a bit to cover here, and I'm glad I got these brothers here to cover it with me. Bro, MMA news in this week, it's been kind of crazy. It's kind of gone haywire. But we saw the card last week, 310, and I was guilty of this. Because McDaniel was there when we was doing the prediction show. And my reasoning for wanting to give Anthony Smith a chance. And while we was watching the fight live, you was there on the watch along. And we was like, God damn, this brother should have never been in here. I should have never picked him. I should have known. And we tried to decipher. You remember I kept asking the question, how much of it is the grief and how much of it is what we've been seeing the whole time, right? I know it's a fine line because of what's just happened, but then again, we're seeing the same pattern. How much of it is that and how much? McDane, let me get your thoughts before we actually go to the clip, right? How much of Anthony Smith's performance do you think has to do with how he's been fighting and what his peers has been calling him out for in terms of being a quitter in the octagon? Because he's been getting called out for, and he knows about it because Rampage Jackson said to Dillashaw on the Jackson show that you just lost me a friend because of what you said on my show, right? So Anthony Smith definitely knows about it, but how much of what's the performance we saw this past weekend, do you think has to do with how he's been fighting versus him losing somebody?
A lot. Obviously, like when he was in there as well, like he was literally saying, like, punch me so I can feel something. Like, he was saying that inside the octagon. And obviously in the build-up towards it, we discussed this last week too, saying, like, he said he wants to go in there and whether he does damage, he wants to do damage to something or whether he does damage to himself, he's not bothered which one it is. He just wants to go in there and feel something. And apparently that's actually what he was saying in the octagon. When he was stood there and he just had his hands down, he was getting punched in the face.
I didn't even hear that. Obviously, we had the volume. On low. So.
I never heard it during it either, but that's what came out. That's what came out after it. Like Dominic Reyes said, that's what he was saying to him. He was saying that he wanted, like, punch me, I want to feel something. Punch me, I want to feel something. The dude just went in there, and he was just taking licks, bro. He's curled up for ages, and I was just like, it was like, see, when Joe Rogan went and interviewed him too, bro, I almost cried. Like, I had tears coming up in my eyes and everything. I was like, this is sad to see the demise of this man in such a state when he's gone through so much. We're losing one of his coaches, one of his brothers. You know what I mean? It was rough. It was rough to watch, man. And I think everybody felt the same watching it, how rough it was to witness that.
No, it was real rough, man. It was absolutely rough. But we're gonna hear this clip from Bisping. And then I'll get you guys takes on it. Let's see what Bisping says here.
Mike Bisping gets honest on Anthony Smith's UFC 310 loss. Smith, who regularly appears alongside Bisping on the Believe You Me podcast, suggested he will most likely retire after suffering a second-round TKO defeat against Dominic Reyes in Las Vegas on Saturday night. Lionheart broke down in tears while discussing his fighting future after the recent death of his longtime coach, Scott Morton. Speaking on the most recent episode of the BYM podcast, Bisping shared his honest take on Smith's loss and stated that Anthony should have withdrawn from the bout after the death of his coach.
You don't want to be overly emotional when you're going into a fight. You got to be in control of your emotions or emotionless. When I saw Anthony in, we were there right by the prep point. He's walking in and, visibly very, very upset. Of course, at that moment there, he would have gone through that moment with his old mentor and coach. And, that probably brought all of that emotion to the forefront. I understand that. That's why I don't think he should have taken that fight. And again, I'll say this, and maybe I'll owe him an apology. I thought that when he took his shirt off at the prep point, I thought he doesn't look to be in shape, which I kind of get because he's had so many distractions. The last thing you're thinking about is training twice a day, eating the right food, going for a massage, focusing on your recovery, meditation and all that type of stuff. No, you're like, okay, I'll show up. I'll do my job. I'll make weight, which he almost didn't, and then go and kick some ass. But for him, it was a mistake. Maybe it was therapeutic.
Bisping also said that he'd like to see Smith fight again.
I don't think he will retire. I think when he watches that back, he's going to be, and I'll choose my words carefully, but I know the emotions of a fighter. I think he's going to be embarrassed when he watches that, and that's going to fuel him to want to come back and fight again. And I would like to see him fight again because I don't believe that the world deserves to remember him like that.
Bisping says he don't deserve for the world to remember him like that. Yo, I mean, a lot of what Bisping said there, it kind of rings home, especially from a fighter's point of view, because Bisping's been there before. Take us through it.
Now, with regards to this, so I'm going to point very specifically first to two South African fighters. We had Rudy Roots, whose mother-in-law passed away before he won the featherweight, not featherweight, the what's below featherweight? Anyway, he's lost the title. He just won. No, below bantamweight. Wait, what did he just win?
Flyweight.
Interim. Sorry, interim featherweight. It's interim featherweight. Anyway, his mother-in-law passed away before he won the interim title. And just tonight, we had someone who was going through some adversity, who couldn't concentrate. And then we got Shannon Van Tonder, who is a fighter who could never really get his head right. But today he was relaxed and he won. So Lionheart just needed a therapy beating. That's basically what he went into the fight for. And we all knew it. That's why Bisping is so sympathetic. And that's why Bisping's willing to see him fight again, is because when someone goes in telling you, I'm not okay, I'm literally just going in to get this beating, you understand afterwards. You say, okay, give him another fight when he's actually focusing, because he could win. Because I mean, he is a very decorated fighter in terms of how many wins and how many fights he has. So I think that's really what Bisping was saying is, listen, we know what he was going through, so let's give him a bye. Let's give him a mulligan if you play golf. So that's what this fight really was for Anthony Smith, was a mulligan. Cool.
I mean, we've heard your take on the actual fight in itself, but Bisping saying he wants to see him fight again. Do you think he should be fighting again? I was expecting him to lay them gloves down in the center of the octagon, Magdane, and he didn't. But he kind of alluded to the fact that he don't know how long he can carry on doing this without his coach, his mentor, one of his closest friends. You know, he never lived the adult life without this guy, you know, guiding him through life and stuff like that. So this guy clearly means a lot to him. But Bisping says he wants to see him again in the octagon competing, obviously at the highest level, because anyone you're facing in the UFC, you're facing at the highest level, bro. Do you think it's something that he should consider, or should he just hang it up? Because CT is a real thing.
Yeah, 100%. But just before I do that, let's run up the chat. Let's run up this chat. So we got Aussie Fight Fan, what's happening? Brother, thank you for joining. As always, Robbie Brown dropping in for the evening, and he joined at the wrong time. It was a hard watch on Saturday night. Hard to see Smith go out like that. And Darren UFC, what is happening, my man? Need a few piss ups at the London. Already got your ticket. Let's go, bro. Oban Elliott just dropped a little banger of a teaser there. Love Smith, but they should never let him fight. But he thinks he needs one more. And remember the Walker fight. Yeah, 100%. So on the back of all of that, should he fight again? I don't know. I really don't know. Like, he's not there mentally. He's checked out, and obviously this has been the biggest impact. I think before it, he was already kind of humming and hawing. Like, obviously before that fight was booked, before he then lost his brother and his coach, like he was already humming and hawing whether he should or whether he shouldn't. The way that happened, I mean, again, like Bisping was talking about, when he was walking out to that cage, it was like, this man shouldn't be here. Like, this, he was emotional from the get-go. As soon as he started, I believe he was crying in the back before he went out, and his song came on, and obviously the whole build up to it, it all came crashing down at that moment, and you could see him go through the stages of grief as he was walking out there. You know what I mean? And man, again, it was just difficult to watch. Like, whether he should get back in there is up to him at the end of the day. Whether is he going to go in there and should they throw him in against a contender is what I'm trying to say. Probably not. Should they throw him in there against some hot young prospect? Probably not. Should they give him a legacy fight? Somebody that's maybe on par with him, of around about similar career path towards the end of the career, where he can just go out there and fight to fight and have fun and have one last hurrah and do what he loves doing. You know what I mean? Like, I think if there's anything, maybe let him go and do that if he wants to. But he did take the gloves off. You could see him contemplating it, but I don't think he wanted to do it there and then, especially coming off the way that was and everything that surrounded it. I think he was just like, right, I'll go away, wait for my mind to clear, think about it. We could see Lionheart come back for maybe one more next year, and then that'll be it.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely really needs to sit down, have that conversation with him, you know, because look, the career is hard. You don't have that many fights, MMA fights, if you ain't decent at what you do, you know.
No.
And my biggest gripe, I've made no secret of it. Even though I picked him on the weekend, I made no secret of it. You should have took that belt from John Jones when you had the chance. You know what I mean? And hey, who knows what his career might have become after that situation there? But he opted not to take it, and obviously he's a man of integrity. Which that's one thing I do not question about that man, because him taking that route, he's a better man than me, man. I ain't got that much integrity, bro. You know what I mean? Like, bro, John Jones breaks the rules in the rules of combat. I'm taking your belt, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that's the rules.
Many people would, but then, like you say, it comes down to the pride of Anthony Smith. He wasn't allowing it to. I'm not winning the belt like that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I commend him. I praise him for it. And like I said, you know,
and that's my biggest.
That's my biggest gripe. But like I said, he's a better man than me, man. You don't see them tap opportunities and don't take them. But look, he's a true and true martial artist. He's just the tail end of his career is almost took a nosedive the way he's been getting finished in fights. People are saying this is hard to watch. It's been hard to watch over the last few fights. When you see him just go into that fetal position and he just shells up and just take them licks on. I mean, God knows how many unanswered strikes he took in the last fight, and you know, it's just a common pattern.
And his whole family were there. All his daughters were there. His wife was there. It was just like, man, like that must have been rough for them to sit and watch that.
That's rough, bro. That's rough. That's rough.
I was just saying both of these guys should have win over John Jones, which is right.
Yeah.
And making the walks, asking, "Oh, you're taking the belt in that situation, Yao McDane?" I don't think I would, brother. Like, I think it depends how the fight was going. I don't honestly. I don't
especially for John Jones. Especially for John Jones.
I know how you write for
Aspinall. We know how you write for Aspinall.
Completely. No. We're talking about a hypothetical situation here where I'm a UFC fighter and I'm in there. Given my the way my beliefs are and morals are right now, if I was in there fighting for a dude and he need me, and I wasn't genuinely injured, regardless of an illegal knee, and I wasn't genuinely injured, and I could carry on going, I'd probably carry on going. I wouldn't want to win a belt like that either.
And let's put this into perspective.
Because then you're going to end up with the Aljamain Sterling situation where everyone's like,
I'm sorry, I'm not an Aljamain Sterling.
But realistically speaking, especially with regards to Anthony Smith, he said if he went in there literally just to get himself beaten for no reason, it's 100% sure that he did not try and just take it off John Jones because he's there to really fight. He's not just there to come in and take a title off someone. So for him, it makes sense. For McDane, are you sure? For me, when you're in that situation, sometimes life's tough. You got to do what you got to do.
You got to take what you can get.
Pretty much.
In for a penny, out for a pound, and all the rest of it. You know what I mean?
Bro,
nah, I don't think I would. Genuinely don't think I would.
Life just threw him a lemon, man. He threw the lemon right back at life instead of making lemonade. What the fuck's wrong with you? You know what I mean? Yeah. Are you throwing the lemon right back at life, bro? You know what I mean? Life gave you a lemon. They threw a lemon at you. You made lemonade out of it. Jesus Christ. Anyways, look, I hope for me, you can never get through the loss of a loved one, but I hope he finds better ways to deal with it than getting beaten up by Dominic Reyes. You know what I mean? There's better ways to deal with this shit than getting battered by Dominic Reyes, man. Yeah. But big up to MMA Talk, Full Mount MMA. You know what I mean? We're running their clips on here. So shout out to those guys. The link is going to be in the description. Go and check them out as well. They do great things on that platform there. Big up to those guys. And salute to Making the Walk. Big up yourself, Jax. Okay. Let's go on to the next clip that Leroy has put in here for us. And this really lets us know why Yao has been talking all that smack that he's been talking. Anybody that ain't heard Yao and the smack he's been talking, this video here will let you know why Yao has been talking smack. Let's play.
Robert Whittaker gets honest on the Duplessis vs. Strickland rematch. During UFC 310's broadcast, the promotion announced that DDP will defend his belt against Sean Strickland at UFC 312 in Sydney, Australia. Speaking on his MMA Arcade podcast, Whittaker said he was a little surprised by the announcement and picked DDP to beat Strickland once again.
I'm surprised Sean literally just sat out. Like, everyone was laughing at him when he said, I'm going to sit out until I get my title shot. And dude straight up got a title shot. Props for that. Like you got to give it to him. Guy like straight up stuck by what he said. But in my opinion, I don't see the fight going any different. Like, Duplessis such a dog in there. He's going to come with the same aggressiveness and game plan. What could Sean do differently to change the outcome?
Whittaker also said he favors Hamza Chimaev in a fight against either of them.
I think he just takes him down and does the same thing. Like, not necessarily to me, but to like how he beat Usman. You know,
right?
I can always how he beat Gert Burns. I can see those sort of fights. I think he'd have more success with Strickland than Duplessis. Just because Duplessis is like a big dude. Stopping that first takedown is so crazy. That the way he shoots in that first shot is crazy. How do you stop that dude? Jump over him like.
That's hilarious.
Just look at you, yeah. I mean, look at you. You over there just grinning away like a Cheshire cat. You knew you weren't sparring Strickland, bruv. That's why he was talking all that fucking nonsense about, oh yeah. Hey, Magdalene, remember this guy was, if Strickland brings himself to South Africa, if he brings himself to South Africa, I will spar that guy for 1 minute. 1 minute. True. No, you was bullshit.
No, but it's true. I will.
You knew we're coming to South Africa, so you knew you weren't getting no 1 minute sparring. You knew that shit was happening in Sydney.
Yeah, I was selling wolf tickets over here, man.
You know.
I knew there was no ways that they would build that roof quick enough to have that fight in SA. I knew that. I know my government. I'm just saying.
Yes, I knew you knew that. That's why he was talking all that smack. But I mean, that one aside, just looking at this happening in Sydney now, Magdalene, I'm going to come to you first. DDP, obviously, we thought he was going to get Hamza, and that for me, that was the fight for DDP. That was the fight DDP even wanted. He soon as that fight was done, he was calling a Hamza straight away, like, yeah, bro, you're next, right? But for some reason, that fight ain't happened. And I don't know whether Hamza needed treatment. I don't know why that fight didn't happen. That for UFC would have wanted to make that fight. But what do you think happened there, and why that fight didn't happen, and how Strickland obviously now got himself into this situation with DDP where he gets a rematch? And what do you think happens
in the rematch?
Yeah, just
Hamza was probably some kind of visa issue, surely. Got to have been. It's got to have been some traveling issue or something. I don't think he's injured. I don't think it's anything like that. You know what I mean, I just think it must have been some kind of visa thing or negotiation thing. Yeah, he's probably going, no, I want it in the UAE or wherever he wants to have it, in Dubai or whatever. You know what I mean? Tax-free purposes, maybe. That's maybe what he wanted to go along with that one. God knows. But as of the fight, I'm down for it again. You know what I mean? I thought it was a pretty decent scrap. DDP took it. And it'll be interesting to see if Sean Strickland can come in and do anything different and see if he can get the win back over Dricus du Plessis, who, by the way, has been on an absolute rampage on socials in the last couple of days. The man has been ripping into everybody. It's been incredible.
Savage. He's savage. I don't know if he's been getting tutorials from you and Leroy. I don't know what's been going on. I don't know what's been going on with DDP, but he is moving absolutely mad on socials, man. Big up DDP, by the way. Salute to the current
later, Robbie.
The current middleweight champion of the world. Yao, your countryman over there in DDP is obviously going into this fight. And he said the last time
that's me missing Sterling.
DDP said last time they said it was a robbery. This time it's going to be attempted murder. Talk to me, brother.
Attempted murder. Look,
that's what DDP said.
Look, I think like making the walk said, and like we've all said here, it's pretty much going to go the same way. Why? Simply because Strickland's got his weird, stand-up game is very effective in terms of blocking DDP. That shot that Bobby Knuckles was talking about is very effective, and he's better on the ground than Strickland. But I think he's got a chance of surviving as long as Israel did, to be honest. But it's definitely going to go DDP's way, one way or the other, simply because Helle Viet nie, wat ons weet nie. they don't know what we know. I'm just saying, like, DDP's just got this edge, that extra thing that Bobby Knuckles talked about, where he shoots on you that first takedown, and you've seen how DDP, he falls on you. So he's not taking you down. He's falling on you. How do you stop someone from falling on you and taking you down? You know what I mean? So that extra variance or edge is really what DDP has. And when it comes to Khamzat, for me, it's perfect that this fight didn't happen now. He needed to prove that Sean didn't beat him. Otherwise, Sean sits out for too long. The UFC had to make a decision. They can't have Sean sitting out for a year for no reason. Sean said, I'm not going to fight otherwise. For me, this is the best fight to make. It's better than the Khamzat fight right now. The Khamzat fight is now being built. It's now being made. It's now making more money. You do that fight now, it doesn't make as much money as it should. So for me, it's perfect to have Sean before you have Khamzat, because whether Sean wins or Dricus wins, the Khamzat fight is still the next biggest fight that you can make at middleweight. If they fight now, so for me, perfect matchmaking from the UFC.
I mean, look, McDane, y'all just said something that really caught my ear just now. And he said DDP needed to prove that fight there with Strickland wasn't a robbery and it was to beat him properly. But the performances that we've seen him put in on the way to and afterwards, does that no? I mean, and I'm talking the performances against.
Does not prove it enough.
Like a Whittaker, even Israel, like those that prove that enough. Like, you know what, DDP ain't on a fluke thing here.
2 years ago, yesterday, he beat Darren Till.
Exactly. So, like, for me, what's there to prove? Obviously, look, the fight he gets is the fight he gets. As a champion, you don't really, you just welcome all challenges, in it, really and truly, as long as the pay is right. But for me, the reason why I wanted the Khamzat fight so much is because I wanted him to take some of that fans away from Khamzat. You know, when he eventually beats him, you know what I mean? You just take your fan base away from him, man, because they now know who you are. They now rock with you because you don't put the champion or whoever it is that they look up to. You've not put them away, right? But for DDP, what happens? Because if the risk with this fucking bout as well is we risk if Strickland for some reason, some goddamn reason, because we saw what happened with Gan and Volkov the other day, and I'm still fuming, by the way. I am absolutely livid with the robbery. Don't you fucking laugh, you. Do not. This ain't even funny, bro.
Bro, Volkov won that fight. You ain't getting no argument out of me, son. Volkov won that fight. Whether I got a point on the scoreboard or not, Volkov won that fight.
Bro.
Yeah, I mean, and there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it.
Oh, I'm cussing about it.
Wild,
That's what I'm doing
wild
about
it is that me and Jord are drawing going into the final card of the year.
Crazy. It's mad. We've William 2 points behind both of you.
I know,
The week comes in and you two don't get
we get one bad week and he gets one good week of random picks and takes it right at the end. Imagine the scenes, bro. Imagine the scenes.
He will bury all of you, bro.
I'll block him.
He's already forgotten about me.
The only way that man can contact me is on WhatsApp. You'll get him blocked straight up. Yeah,
he will bury both of you.
911.
You take great pleasure in burying both of you as well, bro.
Mate, I swear to God.
That guy's petty. Anyways, I just think to myself, DDP, because we run the risk of a trilogy here because of what we just seen with the judges against, like I said, with Volkov. That's the number one contender sort of fight that happened between. That's an important fight, and they still judged it like that. So who knows? Who knows what could happen in Sydney with the judges, and we get a situation where we're now looking at a trilogy.
Nothing. It's not going to the judges. Dricus is going to finish it within 4. And secondly, McDane, quick correction. He ended Darren Till's MMA career. He didn't just beat him, just to make that clear.
Oh yeah. That's definitely one thing he did. You know? He got him packing out of.
Is McDane stuck? Is he still here? Oh, he's gone. He's not moving. Yeah, he's stuck. Anyway, you're saying, Ola.
He's definitely stuck. He'll be back, But for me, I just look at this whole situation here. I'm worried, and I like your confidence going into this. I like your confidence going into this, saying, "Look, he's going to finish him. I hope he does, but I don't want to run that risk." You know what I mean? Of them running back a trilogy of some crazy judging, like we saw on the weekend. That even Dana was saying to Volkov, like, "There's no, bro, you won that fight. We'll make it right by you. We will absolutely make it right. There's no way you lost that fight. You won that fight, bro." You know, I could hear in the you know, the volume when the volume went up, and Volkov looked distraught. But not talking about Volkov now, for Strickland. Let's say for Strickland, and if he wins, right? Just in case it happens, do you think he then comes to South Africa and try and make this the fight for the trilogy for South Africa? Just you know what I mean? Hypotheticals. If that was to be a thing, would they want to bring the belt over there and beat Dricus on his home soil?
Sean Strickland doesn't have the balls to come to South Africa. I'll say it again. Like, I'm just saying, because it's that simple. Because I'm going to repeat, if he comes here to fight anybody, not even Dricus, anybody in South Africa, I will spar that man for 1 minute.
You not only ask that question because I do want you deep down somewhere inside me. I want you to get that ass whooping still, like deep down somewhere in there. Deep down somewhere in there, I do want you to get that ass whooping, man. You know what I mean?
Bruh,
but I do want you to make it out alive.
Put me into camp.
I want you to make it out alive. That's the main thing, you know what I mean? Because Strickland, he be talking some crazy stuff. Big up everybody that's live with us right now, man. Salute to every single one of you. Big love. My man said, "Hey, look at this. Yeah, we are on it, bro. OBS last update been tripping. Yeah, everything's tripping right now, man. Hey, it's a madness what's going on with McDane there, but hopefully it should be back very, very soon. And making the work just said, shake my head. Yao just doubled down. You should be walking that back. You know what I mean? Hey,
listen, it is what it is. If he wins, why would he come to SA? If he loses, Dricus is not going to fight him again. So I'm saying, if he has the balls to come to SA, whenever it is the UFC gets here and comes to fight here, I will rock up wherever it is that he's training and I will spar that man. And he's going to try and kill me and I will just have to not die. Let's go.
And you will be happy to sign that waiver, that disclaimer.
As long as I'm below the age of 42, because after that, out in those dark days, that's just a death sentence. So I don't know, like he's got a limited window on this one.
Hey, Jax, that boy's taking your advice, so you can see the way he's walking it back now, man. You know what I mean? He's taking your advice, Jax.
Look,
right?
I know.
There, right?
By the way, Martin van Staden just won the lightweight title against the GOAT. Well, the GOAT, Iga Swiatek, and he is 42 years old. So I have a solid benchmark for that age because there is Glover Teixeira, Martin van Staden, the Punisher, 42, 43 years old, being champions. That's why that's my limit. Let's go.
Okay.
And he's back.
I don't know what happened there. Well, it popped up saying that Firefox has had an issue. Next minute, my whole PC just went and then just rebooted and started loading back up.
Everything's been on the it's been on some bullshit today, man.
Ever since I gave Leroy access to come in and fiddle with some stuff, yeah, I mean, on OBS, he was like tripping with some system settings and stuff. All of a sudden, I'm getting pop-ups for strange advertisements and PCs popping down all the time.
That's what happens when Leroy steps into your life, man. You know, you give him the keys to your life, and
I'll deactivate you when showing, son.
Okay, yeah, we got the next topic over here, man. Salute to every single one of you people. Big love. Let's go to the next topic here. And this one here is one that over the years, I'm a big believer in no trained fighter, no professional fighter or trained fighter is afraid to fight another man. I've said this from donkey. I used to go
No man
mad.
alive.
I used to go crazy when William used to say, "Oh yeah, this." I'm like, bro, you could use any other word, but scared shouldn't be one of them, because this man's they train fighters. They train to take beatings. They train to soak up beating, and they train, you know what I mean, to go out there and shot people's lights out or make them give up in one way, shape, or another, right? But this one here, yeah, let's get through this clip right here, and I'll get your takes on it. Let's go.
Kamaru Usman goes off on Ian Garry over recent accusations. Usman didn't take kindly to Garry claiming that he ran from a potential fight against him before, ultimately booking a showdown against Shavkat Rakhmonov at UFC 310. In the days leading up to his fight, Garry said Usman has a big chest and little balls, while alleging that the UFC told him Kamaru Usman wants nothing to do with you after attempting to book a fight between them.
Usman has a big chest and little balls.
That's what was said to
He
you?
looks good. No, he does not. That's what I'm saying. He's got a big chest. He looks good. He plays the part, but where it matters between the legs, he's a little man. Usman is going to try to push for a fight with Jack Della Maddalena because he's seen how easily Gilbert Burns is able to take him down. So for me, if I was in Usman's shoes, why would I want to fight the guy who's long, rangy, difficult to deal with, when I could fight a guy who I've watched two people back to back?
Following Garry's loss to Rakhmonov this past Saturday night, on his Pound for Pound podcast, Usman was asked about potentially facing the outspoken Irishman in his next fight, which earned a heated reaction from the former UFC welterweight champion.
Yeah, I mean, does he even deserve that? It's leading up to this fight. There was a lot being said. He made a lot of things. Oh, everyone's running from me. These guys are running from me. And I don't run from anybody. I run from no one. The notion of, oh yeah, they were scared of me, they were running. Like, who are you? Who are you that I, of all people, am scared of you? Who are you? I guess he was upset because he wanted me to be his late notice replacement for his fight. Who the guy for me to be a late replacement for?
Garry later made an appearance on the Ariel Helwani show where he responded to Usman's comments.
He hasn't got the balls to step in there against these young, up-and-coming contenders. He just wants to maintain relevancy and hold that ranking and doesn't want to do anything to compete to it. And I feel like there needs to be a change in the rule set with people like him and Colby who are keeping the division static and not willing to do anything. It's ridiculous, but it should be you have one choice. You fight this guy or you don't fight at all. It shouldn't be a case of, oh, well, we have options. No, we want you to fight X. You either fight or you don't fight. I don't know any way to make it more obvious, but Kamaru Usman, in my mind, is a and I don't think he'll ever step into the octagon with me, ever.
Bro, there's quite a bit to unpack there, man. There's quite a bit to unpack there. I, for one, right, I think Ian Garry is absolutely 100% wrong here. 100% wrong. When in the statement,
didn't see that one coming. Didn't see that coming.
Hey, that's just me. But you say you didn't see it coming. Let's get your take on it. Oh, let's get your take on it. Don't need
my take on it. Don't need
it's
the same situation as John Jones and Tom Aspinall. It's somebody that's been in the division for a long time, like was a champ for a long time, fought a lot of the top dudes and ran through the division a couple of times going, who's this dude? He's a young prospect, bro, trying to work his way through the division. That's who it is. You know who it is. Fight the motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, stop holding up. Like you said, I agree with Ian to that point of stop holding up a division just because you want to stay there and sit there and be relevant, but you ain't willing to go fight nobody, right? You went, no. You're going to jump in. You went and fought Hamzat. You went and gone and done this. I know exactly what you're coming in with, so sit down, shut up.
I was about to fucking get you with that one.
I mean? You wasn't going to get me with shit because I knew what was coming out of your mouth. You know what I mean?
Come on.
Brother, that's the only thing you've got there. Other than that, right? He's like, all bias aside, boys, is he wrong to say that these people that are sitting at the top shouldn't be allowed to be sitting there going, who are you? Because you're new to the sport or new to the promotion and you've fought whoever you fought and you're working your way up. He has just fought Shavkat for the #1 contender spot. Who is Usman at this point of his career, who is no longer the champion, lost his last fight, regardless of who it was that he stepped up against Ola, who you gave me 50 quid for, to chill your beef, or 30 quid, whatever it was. Who is he to sit there now and say, who's this young bloke? You know what I mean? You ain't got no answer from that.
Well, let's just hit the Undertaker.
I thought it was a rhetorical question. I thought it was
It wasn't a rhetorical question. I was waiting on your rebuttal.
Now
you
you
ain't
want,
got
now
no
you
rebuttal.
Want, now you
Just
want
sit on your rebuttal.
Answers. Now you want answers. So
bring it.
Yeah, Ian Garry is coming out talking about Usman is scared. Number one, he needs to wash his fucking mouth out with fucking soap. Yeah, you don't go to a 4 or 5 time defending fucking champion that fought 3 times a fucking year, taking on all fucking comers. Yeah,
right.
Fought 3
Lost
times a year,
Edwards.
holding up the division, holding up the division. Hey, number one, yeah. Do you know what Usman had to do to even fucking get a title shot? He had to fight everybody. Everybody turned him down.
Who else should Ian Garry be fighting?
Everybody turned him down.
Who else should Ian Garry be fighting?
Hold on.
Before he fights Usman.
Let me finish. You ain't jumping in now. You are not jumping in now. Yeah, right. You are not jumping in now.
Right,
do you know do you know how many fights that brother there had to fight? There was no one else to fight for him to say Woodley. Nobody wanted to give him a fight, right? And then he got the title. And
does that make it right?
Everybody.
Does that
and
2 wrongs?
Hold on. Let me finish. Yeah. Then he got the title, right? And he went through the whole division nearly twice. Nearly twice till he met Edwards.
I just said that. I literally just said that.
Right?
So what's your point?
That's giving everybody a chance.
All you're doing is shouting shit.
No. You're talking about holding the division up, and that is complete fucking bullshit.
I'm not saying Usman specifically, but there's no movement around that point.
That's what came out your fucking mouth. Yeah,
because he's sitting there not taking fights against anybody.
You cannot accuse that brother of holding up the fucking division, man. It's
he is right now. You're talking about why are you bringing up old shit?
Because
why are you bringing up old shit?
Because it
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about old fights. You're talking about fights in the past.
Okay, gentlemen.
No, yeah. The lawyer is not getting involved in this one, son. The lawyer is not getting. This is a civil case. We don't need no lawyer. This is between me and Ola. You know what I mean? Like, you sit your ass down and all. Like, 2 wrongs make a right, then, son. Yeah. So what you're saying is he had to jump through hoops. Nobody would fight him. No. Listen to what you just said.
You're doing MMA math without 2 wrongs making fight. This is MMA, bro. This is MMA, bro. There's no 2 wrongs making right.
This is street fighting, bro.
This is martial arts. There's no 2 wrongs making a fucking right. 2 wrongs make wrongs.
Talking out your ass.
2 wrongs make wrongs. What?
Exactly. You just proved my point.
2 wrongs make wrongs. 2 rights make rights. 1 right. 1 wrong.
Right. Let's go to Yao. Let's go to Yao and see if we can get a substantial decision on this one. Yao, should in that situation somebody that has been in the division for so long, has fought everybody, be able to sit there and say, "Who are you?" when you are working your way up? I seen you nodding when I was saying it, son. So I want a genuine answer here.
You are both right. So
bullshit. You're just trying to keep the host happy. That's all that is. Get off the fence, son, and pick a side.
Pick a struggle, bro.
Okay, so
I buy a wolf ticket, brother. Just pick a side.
Okay, so McDane, you're right in the sense that fighters fight. John Jones won his first title because someone who was up there said, "I will fight this dude, whatever." And that's what happens in fighting. So Garry has the right to call out Usman. However, Ola, you're also right in the fact that Usman is a heavily decorated champion who we can say deserves the respect. But unfortunately, as much respect as you get is the equal amount of venom you will get when someone wants to come for the record that you have. Because McDane rightly said, Ian Garry's just come off an amazing fight from Shavkat Rakhmonov, right? He lost the fight, but
he's still quite up.
Wait, for some reason I forgot that he lost the fight. No, Ola's right. Sorry. Ola win. Yeah,
no, it doesn't matter that he lost it. It doesn't matter that he lost the fight. What I'm saying is he was in the... I know he lost. I'm not arguing that point.
No, but...
now he's going to play these games.
But the thing is...
but he lost. Right. So okay. So he lost. So should he not be fighting Usman? Right. Okay. No. Let's just talk about this. Right. So yeah, he lost. Right. Fair enough. Usman lost against Edwards twice. Lost against Hamzat. Why shouldn't they fight at this point? Who should he and Garry have to go and fight before he gets a shot at Usman?
If Garry had called out Usman and fought Usman before he had lost the shot cut, I would have said yes. But unfortunately,
which from the sounds of that clip we just
time.
watched, he was kind of aiming for it, but it never happened.
Yeah,
and if that was the case, would we not be in the same situation where Usman would have gone, "Who the fuck is that guy?"
Yeah, but do you think? Yeah, but no.
No, boys, answer the simple question.
Guy, you think who the fuck is that guy? You're taking that word in the whole thing that was said. You're not talking about the man saying Usman was fucking scared. Usman went up and fought fucking Hamza. Scared of who? What the fuck is he and Garry, bro? What the fuck is Garry? Are you mad? Man went up to 185 and fought Hamza up there. He and Garry wouldn't even give Hamza a chance.
Leroy, get a hold of your boy.
Garry wouldn't even give Hamza a chance at 170, bro.
Okay.
He wouldn't even give Hamza a chance. He won't fight Hamza at 170. He knows what Hamza was going to do to him, bro. Come on, bro. Come on.
Who should Ian Garry have to fight before he gets Usman? Answer that one simple question.
Talk to Hunter about that, bro. Leave Usman's name out of your fucking mouth. That's what I'm saying.
Brother, take his cock out of your mouth.
No,
you know what I mean? Simple as that.
Out of his fucking mouth,
I love Usman, but you have to fight with the division or move off the spot. Thank you, Jax.
Bro,
a man with logic. Yeah, I mean,
don't got to fight. No, Garry's sitting there talking about man scared. Are you fucking mad? Come on, bro. That's not.
Oh, you're focusing on that one point of that whole clip.
You're focusing on the other point.
That one point. No. I've covered the clip.
So I just want to bring that one to light.
Maybe I missed that piece. I've covered the clip.
Yeah, I just want to bring that one to light. Yeah, you were saying something.
No, I feel good, but
it's all love, people. Anybody watching this, it's all love at the end of the day.
Come on, hey, listen, there's been some money exchange. Some losses taken out. What if I'm feeling the pressure that you know what I mean? Like,
Ola.
Yeah, come on.
Swear, I saw your veins pop out.
Bro,
your eyes closed. I've never seen you like that before.
I got this man out of character, you know.
Yeah, bro.
I'm right though.
No, you're fucking wrong, bro. I'm both for you to wash your mouth out, man. Show some fucking respect. You know what I mean? Show some fucking respect, man.
I'd love to see what other people in the chat think other than Jax as well, because I mean that's 2-2.
Y'all got nothing else, man. You know what I mean? You can't follow in on that one there, anyways, man. It's done. Let's move on to the next topic, man. Fucking Ian Garry talking about man's got big chest.
Garry just don't help himself giving it. But give him credit to step up to fight Shavkat on 2 weeks' notice, by the way. And then Colby, I'll fight break. He is. I'm loving this, boys.
Yeah, man.
Or McDade cooking though. I know. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like,
come on.
Ilia Topuria hints at vacating the featherweight belt after an unprecedented 2024 campaign where he scored victories over divisional greats Alexander Volkanovski and Max Holloway. Topuria has now indicated that a move up to lightweight is in his immediate future. All signs point to Topuria defending his belt in a rematch with Volkanovski in 2025, perhaps in Spain, but it appears that El Matador has a different plan in mind. During a recent interview with Spanish radio outlet El Partidazo de Cope, Topuria said he wants to return in April/May and fight Charles Oliveira at lightweight.
Claro, no lo puedes comer cuando estás en recorte, el arroz, nada, ¿no?
No, pero de aquí en adelante espero que sí.
¿Por qué?
Bueno, porque tal vez toca un cambio, ¿no?
Igual tiene que recortar un poco menos. Igual tiene que subir a pegarse con los mayores. O, mejor dicho, a pegar a los mayores.
When pressed by the radio host as to whether the call-out of Oliveira could mean he's moving on from the featherweight division, which in turn would mean relinquishing the belt, Topuria nodded his head and confirmed that it's possible that we have already seen his last featherweight fight.
Estamos ante la primera noticia. ¿Es posible que hayamos visto ya tu último combate de peso pluma?
Sí, seguro. Seguramente que sí.
¿Te pasas al peso ligero?
That man says for sure. That's the bit that I wanted to get out of this whole clip. Right at the end, Ilia says for sure. We've seen his last fight at 145. McDane, this brother ain't defended at 145. Yeah, he's not done enough. He's not done nothing at 145.
Not to the same level at Usman.
Bro. Let's not go there. I really cut that clip just to fucking mentally get out of it, man.
Go.
Don't take me back there. But back then, this man ain't defended at 145. Now he's looking to go up there, fight Oliveira. After Oliveira's win against Chandler, which he had to prepare for so he could get spot, to fight Islam. But fighting somebody like Ilia Topuria coming into the lightweight division, obviously he wants to get to Islam or whoever the champion is by the time he's ready there. But do you think it's right for him to be vacating the 145 without really doing?
I mean, don't get me wrong, right? He took the belt off Volkanovski, arguably up there as one of the greats of the featherweight division. He also beat Max Holloway, up there as one of the greats of the featherweight division. You know what I mean? He's beat the best two people that the division have got to offer at this time in his eyes. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to go, why should I stand there and risk losing now, risk losing some stock, risk losing the belt, risk losing the fame and all the rest of it, when I can move up and I can try and skip the queue by using the stance that I've currently got. He's already been calling out Islam and he's trying to move towards that fight. Islam's now booked against Arman. So he knows that fight's not going to happen for a while. Who can I go in there? Who can I fight? Whose name can I take to put me on the trajectory to get straight to that championship fight next? Charles Oliveira is clearly where he's going with that. He's looking at that Chandler fight. He's going, I can survive better than Chandler can. I won't take a beating as much as Chandler did in those opening rounds. And then look what Chandler did towards the end of the fifth round. Or in the fifth round. And he's probably thinking, I reckon I could probably KO Charles Oliveira. So he's going, boom, let's get in there, get me in there against Charlie Olives, get me in there against Islam. That's clearly his path. But is it right? No, I think he should stick around. He's got some contenders under him. You know what I mean? He's got Lopez hanging about, waiting on getting to it.
I was going to say, why would you know what? At least give us the Lopez fight before you go.
Well, maybe
You know what I mean?
maybe he thinks Lopez is too dangerous and he might lose it. Like I said,
are you suggesting Ilia is scared of Lopez?
I'm not saying he's scared. I'm just saying why would he risk? Why would he risk it? Why would he risk it? I'm not using the word scared, but why risk it when he can just try and get to where he wants to go? But it's whether the UFC will let him is the other point too. Are they going to allow him to be like, boom, right, cool, on you go and join that? Or are they going to go, no, you're under contract, you're sticking around and you're defending that belt however many more times before we let you go for double champ status or even think about moving up a division?
Yeah, what's your take on this? I want to hear your take on this and what you see with Ilia Topuria flirting with the lightweight division, having not defended the featherweight, the featherweight title. Because to me, this guy has done everything to move like Conor McGregor, even begging for a fight with him. When you are 145 and you're trying to fight Conor, it'd be hard for him to make 170 at this point, right? Conor didn't defend at 145, moved to 155. And now we're seeing Ilia trying to talk to me, yeah. It looks like I'm taking maybe I'm seeing through your mind. Talk to me. Let the people know.
I already know what he's going to say.
So I was going to start with number 12, Irish whiskey. And then you basically said everything I was going to say. Yeah, Conor didn't defend either, and he went on and did what he did. And Ilia has the tattoo similar to Conor, and I wasn't a believer that he is sort of replicating Conor, if you will, but suddenly, this is a glaringly obvious, very conscious decision to sort of emulate Conor, which ironically Ian Garry's trying to do. So it's just like a weird Conor mess right now. But should he move up? Has he defeated everyone he should? The only person who should move up right now is Alejandro Pantoja in my books, because he has genuinely cleared out his division. Ilia has not cleared out his division. Wait, hasn't he? Bryce Mitchell, Josh Emmett, Volkanovski, Max Holloway. Wait. Okay, wait. He might actually be on the verge of having cleared out his division. So wait, let me think about who else he's beaten. I'm conflicted now. Because he just
you know, you ain't seen the Yair Rodriguez's, you know what I mean? The Lopez
not good enough.
You know,
not good enough. I don't see them as good enough.
I mean, these
It's
are
MMA,
Rodriguez not good
guys,
enough.
These are guys in the top 5 interim
Not
champions.
against
Yair Rodriguez is ranked above Josh Emmett. Yeah, I mean,
not
come on, brother. Yair Rodriguez is ranked above
For me,
Bryce Mitchell.
At least one of those two.
Not against Topuria right now.
Diego Lopez, Movsar Evloev, Yair Rodriguez, T City, son. Arnold Allen.
Not against
Arnold Allen. I was just gonna say Arnold Allen.
Not against Topuria right now. I'll say it again if you want me to. Not against Topuria right now.
But he needs to show us that. You just telling us it's nice, it sounds good, it's a good sound bite. But he, as a martial artist, need to show us that. We want to see. We just named 5 fighters, or at least 4, that we think will be very, very interesting fights because of one reason or the other. With the Yair Rodriguez, maybe range, fighting style could get caught. Yair Rodriguez, he does a lot of weird shit when he's fighting. That brother
don't let him intimidate you, Yao. Stand on business, son. Stand on your business.
Know what I mean? But you saying Ilia is gonna, nobody's good for him right now, bro. He needs to show us that. McDane, I mean, I don't know what
I agree. Think. I agree 100%. Yeah, I mean, we've gone from one side of the spectrum to the other, and we're unified in the middle on this one. You know what I mean? But we came up with unified on this one. I've thrown up Illuminati signs and everything. Mate, yeah.
Look, thank you for going to the chats, McDane, because I want to read what Making the Walk said, because okay, that also sort of makes sense.
That really does make sense.
I'm always mad during Arsenal games, man. This is the calm I am when I'm lit like that on Arsenal games, like it's mad, bro. I get mad.
Bro, you're blessed that you're under the stairs. If I screamed like that, like my neighbors would call security.
Bro, my missus messaged me 3 times telling me you're waking the kids up. Shut up. First she comes downstairs and chokes me out like Hamza. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. We'll be done with it. We're gonna run one more clip after this and we'll be done with it. I don't even know. There's a couple of clips here. Please continue.
That's the next question as far as what Making the Walk is saying is, at the end of the day, it's about the money. If a Lopez fight in Spain makes the money because it's across the entire Latin America, Central America, the entire Spanish Europe, let's say, right? That's a very big fight. Let's call it a big money fight, similar to if you look at the UFC Noche. It's something that would be quintessentially Spanish, which clearly the UFC is very interested in. So I agree with Making the Walk. A Lopez fight would be a good fight, but I don't see it as a competitive fight as such for Ilia Topuria. I think it would just be a money fight. Sure, let's get the bag, but I don't see Lopez beating Topuria right now. As I said, nobody right now in the featherweight division. They have to show more, not him, in my books. They have to show more, not him.
I mean, what more could Lopez show, though? I mean, just look at Lopez's tier all the way up to being #1 contender for the title. What else could Lopez show?
That short notice fight against Dan Ige and going all of the rounds. Yeah, I mean that's directly in Yao's pocket right there. I can see him. I mean, scrambling for that change.
What else could Lopez show?
Okay, who has Lopez beaten? We've seen what he's done. We've seen what's happening, but look at who Topuria has beaten. It's basically a sacrificial lamb. That you're basically calling for a sacrificial lamb at this point.
Sacrificial lamb. That is a stretch, brother. That is a stretch.
He beat nasty, then he got up there and then beat Volkanovski, which is Islam sloppy seconds. Let's be fucking honest.
What would he done to Youssef? What would he do to Youssef, bro? You know what I mean?
Come on, bro.
Look, I just don't see Lopez having the full game that Topuria has. Lopez throws 2-3 punch combinations. Topuria those 4-5 punch combinations. On the ground, Lopez is great at BJJ, but we've seen what Topuria's wrestling and jiu-jitsu does and how it comes together. So for me, I just think he's just got that edge. It might go to decision, might go 5 rounds, I don't know, but whatever happens, definitely Topuria. I don't see Lopez coming out with a victory.
You need to get yourself some crossover shades, son.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, look, that's your opinion, and man respects it. You know what I mean? Big up for standing on your shit.
I like how you respect his opinion.
Yeah, he stood on it. He stood on it, man. You know what I mean? He says nobody's beating Ilia right now. He stood on it. I'm still pissed off Ilia fucking Max. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? That shit still hurts. That shit still hurts. He needs to
say my name.
Oh, that foolishness. Anyway, let's get to this last clip. Let's get to this last clip before we get out of here, man. We know what Ariel Helwani is about, man. This brother here is the king of receipts. Sometimes I think McDane has gone to this brother's school to learn how to pull receipts. But boy, when this man says, "When you come at the king, you best not miss," and he ain't fucking lying. Let's play.
Ariel Helwani, Jake Shields, and Belal Muhammad are going at it on social media today. This all started with Bilal's appearance on Jake Shields' podcast this week and had this to say about Ariel.
Yeah. Are you an Ariel Helwani cool or
no? No.
He probably don't like you because your heritage.
100%. And then I'll say that from the beginning because I was like, he's never invited me on his podcast.
He's never invited you on.
He's never invited me on. And even when I beat Leon, it was like he didn't mention on it. Oh, yeah, Belal did a good job. He won. It was like you didn't give it any type of hype. Oh, he doesn't want to come on a podcast probably because of passed on Israel. I'm like, no,
you have tons of Jewish friends. I do too. People think like, oh, you hate Jews, blah blah. Like, no, I hate them killing kids in Palestine with my money.
Exactly.
You have children and it's sickening seeing that.
They put words in your mouth. They think you're this because of this.
They do it deliberately because they want to intimidate and scare people. They have all these organized groups. You know, I'm on the ADL list, the Stop Anti-Semitism, and for what? You know, for not wanting to kill children. They try to intimidate you, try to get me fired. They called they'll call gyms to do seminars out. They call Derek Moneyberg guy I work with, a Jewish guy. And people need to be very clear that it's not, all Jews. And I think there are some people that start thinking, oh man, all these guys, they start seeing this stuff online and stuff, and they start thinking these people are evil. And people need to be very clear not to separate it, that it's, there are a lot of good Jews out there too.
100%.
Ariel responded to the clip saying, yeah, that's not true, and you know it, but keep making shit up. Jake responded, so when have you invited him? You calling Belal a liar? Ariel fired back saying yes, with this video.
Yeah. Are you an Ariel Helwani cool or
no?
He probably don't like you because your heritage.
100%. And then I'll say that from the beginning because I was like, he's never invited me on his podcast.
He's never invited you on.
He's never invited me on.
Belal, come home. Come on the show. We'll put you over. We'll let the people know. Stop listening to people telling you not to come on the show. Belal. Come on, Belal.
You're always welcome.
You're always welcome home. Come to the #1 show. We'll both swallow some razor blades. Bygones be bygones. Let's show the world. Give peace a chance. We'll come together as one.
Jake responded, you do realize that most fighters don't watch your show, right? Why don't you send him a DM or text message? Imagine if I said in my podcast that I want you on my show and then pretended you turned down the invite. That is exactly what you are doing here. Ariel responded saying, sure, here's me texting his manager in 2016, oldest I can find, about having him on ahead of his fight at UFC 205. Spoiler, he never came on. I've asked publicly and privately. Now piss off. Here are the DMs. Ariel said, can you do 1:25 p.m. ET? Closer to 2:05 for Belal. Deal. The manager responded saying, I'll confirm time. Deal. Ariel said, thanks. Jake didn't respond for a while, so Ariel followed up with this video.
Jake?
Jake did end up responding. He reposted this video from 2021. He wrote, the reason Ariel Helwani hates me is I posted this video where he is the only person wearing a mask in Florida. Within a minute of me posting it, he ran over begging me to take it down. I told him he's wearing the mask, and if he's so embarrassed, just take it off.
McDane. Bro, when they say the king got receipts, I mean, Ariel never fails. He never fails at when it comes to this stuff, bro. Talk about it, man.
That's exactly what you said. You know what I mean? The man's got receipts for days and he whips them out every single time, like absolute days. You know what I mean, knowing you, like you go to the supermarket and you've done a massive shop and that receipt comes out and it's like, whoo, it's got a full story on that thing of what you just bought for a week. It's cost you $200. That's Ariel's receipts. Like, this man does not miss. So yeah, I mean, if you're gonna go at him, you better be telling the truth. Jake just spouts too much shit too often. and he's getting caught out by people left, right, and center all the time. The beef between him and Belal, I remember even watching it, and I'm not the biggest Ariel fan either, but I remember watching the Ariel Helwani show, and he was literally giving Belal his flowers, saying that he got a raw deal. And this was another thing that Belal pulled the receipt on Twitter and posted that out there too. Like, there was literally a clip out there saying Belal got the raw deal when he was supposed to be getting a title shot and didn't get it. Like, he is never, I mean, and he's part of MMA media. He shouldn't be supporting either side, really. Yeah, you can have like your favorites, you know what I mean? But at his level, he has to be what you call it,
seen as unbiased
as unbiased as possible. Like, has to be. Like, he can't be showing a favoritism towards a fighter, because it's not going to work for his show. People aren't going to go onto his show. Yeah, I mean, because you're going to big up one. Imagine like you get an Usman. You get Usman onto the show, and then you get one of his opponents and ask them to come on, and they see how much you're loving Usman. No, I don't want to go and talk to that dude, because no matter what I say, all he's going to be thinking is Usman, and it's just going to be some crap questions coming their way. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, this whole drama, man. Ariel seems to be getting caught up in drama all the fucking time, and I don't know if it's like he invites it. The way that he words things sometimes is a bit twisted, and he kind of creates some of it. But he's always got receipts for every single bit of it too, especially when certain people go for him. So it's a madness, isn't it?
It's crazy. And yo, you see right at the end bit there, especially when my man says, "Boy, you calling Belal a liar." Obviously, Ariel came out with some receipts there, but watching people lose when people know they've lost an argument, right? Ariel sat there waiting for the reply. And then he comes out with that bullshit with you were wearing a mask. Like, what does that got to do with what you was talking about with Belal?
Bro,
I'm calling him out for not messaging him privately.
Jake got community noted on Twitter about the mask, saying don't trust people in masks. The community note was Jake wore a mask, and there was like 3 pictures of him wearing masks too.
Yo, speak on it, man.
Look. That's what you call grasping for straws. When you see that video and you see that as the reason as to how all of this came, and he says, this is why Ariel doesn't like me. It's literally like, what? He doesn't like you because you posted a video of him wearing a mask. So the thing that stops other people from getting sick, because you are sick trying not to spread the virus. That's the thing you want to post to say that's why I don't like you. It doesn't make any sense. So, and as Ariel pulled out those receipts, although where I do agree is, look, with fighters, it's difficult. I mean, we all speak to fighters all the time. That's what we do. We're podcasters. We're there as MMA media. I don't entirely agree with bipartisan McDane. I mean, you're so hardcore on Arnold Allen, like, okay, well, super fan. Ola, anybody Nigerian, okay. And so we all have.
Yeah, but we're not at the level of Ariel Helwani. You know what I mean? That's what I was getting at. Yeah, we're fans as well.
But
as content
at the end of the day as well, to also get to that level, you got to build good relationships with these fighters. You know what I mean? It's a no-win situation. You got to build good relationships with them.
Or you have to
Otherwise,
be
you don't get
bigger
to that
than
level.
them to make sure that they come to you. Because at the end of the day, if they need to come to you, then okay, they will. Whether or not you have to build a relationship, it's similar to going on to a talk show. If you don't like David Letterman from back in the day, if you don't like Daily Show, you're still going to go on because that's still your profile. So it's not necessarily about relationships. And Ariel has built himself to be, like he said, the number one source of MMA news where it comes to fighters telling the world what's going on. So from that perspective, they need to be on his show. He doesn't need to get them. So I don't entirely agree that, he should be hunting them. And the fact is, his manager, Belal, whoever it is, their manager should be the one going to the fighter to say, I saw this, get on the show. Yes, the fighters shouldn't have anything, but if you have a manager.
His manager does not like Ariel. His manager does not fuck with Ariel.
So he should
Ali Abdulaziz, shout out to Ali Abdulaziz, man.
Shout out to Ali, though. That's a legend, I must say that. Yeah. But that's the thing. So it is what it is, I side with Ariel. simply because the facts just seem to speak towards not unbiasedness or biasness, but just the fact that there's something else going on behind the scenes, not necessarily between Belal and Ariel, but between Ariel and Belal's management.
Yeah, man. Okay, people, we're gonna leave it there for tonight. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed the show. It's been heated in parts, and me and Magde, we came together and just left Yao on the island by himself.
Yao
when Yao had a chance to make a struggle, he didn't. You know what I mean? He fence grab like he always does. But hey, we are here every Wednesday, people, bringing MMA news.
Which struggle didn't I pick? I picked every single struggle tonight. Which struggle didn't I pick?
Yeah. You know what? Before we actually get out of here, can you give us a quick summary of what you saw at EFC 120? Because you said at the intro, you just came fresh from there, bro. You know what I mean? Give us a quick rundown
on that, boys. I actually need to go and bounce. I need to go and help out daddy duties. So I need
do
to
your
shoot.
thing.
So appreciate it.
Man.
Thanks for having me as always. Everybody that's been tuning in, thank you very much. I've got an interview dropping with Breezy Chats from Against the Fence.
That's a big
That'll
one.
be dropping soon. I also landed Ayman Zahabi today, so I'm going to get that one locked in and get that one put out there soon. So make sure you're tuning in. Prediction show tomorrow, last card of the year, down to the final points. Them points are precious, people. Man's taking away 150 quid. It's an end game, and we're in it. Peace.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money.
I'll see you tomorrow. So
EFC 120, bro. Did you watch it?
No, I didn't, bro. I saw the highlights. But I was mad busy today at work. Usually I'm in it, I'm on it, but that's why I want the rundown from you right now. But I've seen the highlights.
It was intense. The whole prelims, every single fight on the prelims was a finish. If I'm not mistaken, only one fight on the night went to decision, and that was the Zondi fight. Every single other fight on the card was a finish. It was an absolutely crazy night. Upset after upset. In the first fight of the night, the debutant won against, I think he's got about 10 fights experience. Debutant. Incredible. The GOAT, Smiley Cabeza, 18-2, lost to 42-year-old legend Martin van Staden. The title fight, Zakir Badat defended his work. I mean, it was just so intense. It was so bad. This night was so bad with all the KOs and finishes that they couldn't even have a post-fight press conference because everyone was basically gone to the hospital.
Wow.
Like there's no post-fight because there were no fighters. Yep.
Everybody got transported. Wow.
Yep. That's a fight night.
I mean, look, it's definitely good for fight fans because that's what fight fans really go there to see, because we all know there are moments in MMA where literally anything could happen. And this obviously is the last card for EFC. We're going to be doing a recap on your channel on Tuesday?
Tuesday, yes, sir.
Tuesday. We're going to be running a recap on your channel on Tuesday. So people, make sure you come and link us over there at Head Kick Pod. Kick him in the head. Make sure you head over there. Go check out some of his content, the previews that we did as well before the card, so you get familiar with some of these fighters. If you didn't know them, you really need to go get to know these guys. These guys are legit monsters over there in the EFC, bro. And thank you for sharing some of your experience with us on that, on that EFC card, man. It looked like a great card, and I'm gutted that I didn't really get to see it, but I've got the highlights on the Instagram page, and hopefully, by the time we get around to Tuesday, I'll be proper locked in on everything that's gone on. I want to thank you for leaving the arena, coming straight over here, talking to us on the MMA news Dust Up Shakedown, and sharing some of your EFC experience with us, man. I appreciate you always, Yao. You're the man.
It's a pleasure. I just did basically a work day of MMA. I've been doing MMA since 4 p.m. It's 12 p.m. That's a work day. That's like real money there.
Nah, that's respect, man. That's massive respect to you, bro. I appreciate you, my guy. And like I said, come Tuesday, we'll be over Head Kick Pod. You know what I mean? Recapping this EFC card with Ya and some of the other guests that he might have on. Until then, people, Hasta la vista. We're out. Salute. Love.
Yo, guys, this is Adrian Yanez telling you to use those handles. Hit